I wondered if when you reflect back on it, and Lorena, we'll come back to you if we can on this. When you reflect back on your journey, is there anything that you, with the power of hindsight, would change, or you would say to our audience, if you live this type of experience, maybe think about this a little bit earlier than I did?
Am I going first?
Yes, sorry, that was to you, please.
Okay. Things I would do differently. I think the big thing I would have done differently, if I could have, would have been initially when I left entertainment. I would have tried to take more time to figure out what I actually wanted to be doing, because then I maybe could have found this career that I now love faster. I did have money in savings. I was in a situation where I could have taken a little time and really figured out what I wanted to be doing with my life when I decided I wanted to pivot in the first place. But as a person who has always worked and never not had something lined up before I left the previous thing, because leaving something is scary if you don't know what you're going to do next. I could have taken that time. I had enough money in savings that I could have, not survived forever, but I could have survived for a little while. But that was so scary to me that I had a job lined up before I even left Japan. And I started that job, a week and a half after I got back to the United States from Japan, because the idea of not knowing what came next was scarier than maybe having something that I didn't like. And in retrospect, if I had taken that time, I maybe would have discovered what I wanted to be doing sooner.
Yeah. No, that's good advice. Rebecca, any similar reflections from you?
On this process, I think I probably spent more time debating and discussing and unpicking my readiness. So I started this process. They reached out to me in September, and it took me almost half a year before I really took the leap into the job. Maybe that's a fine timeline, but it was this combination of, I generally prefer to think through, okay, I'm ready to make a change. Here's what I'm looking for in the process, and then run a process. Really think through a couple of different companies that are types of companies I would like to explore, have a detailed analysis of sort of what they're looking for, when, why, how, and then make the leap. And instead, because this one found me, I didn't really run a thorough process, but I did run a paper process, which was useful for me. I tend to do an external interview once a year, no matter what. I just want to keep those skills fresh and think through things no matter what. And it kind of helps you re-interview your current job of just, okay, is this what I want? Because if this is sounding exciting, what is sounding exciting about this? Okay. And then you can work with your own management in your current job to see if you can improve the things that were appealing to you about that other role. So I always take it as a best practice. So what I did was I got on a spreadsheet and I looked at every job I had interviewed for over the previous 5-6 years in this kind of ad hoc fashion against this one, and tried to kind of grade it on things I was interested in and my current job, of just growth opportunities, management experiences, ability to be influential in changing something, learning, all the different areas. And there are great books out there, disc profiles and strengths finders and lots of different things to help you get kind of clear on what makes you happy in a job. But finding those, judging those, and then sort of walking through it, looking at the numbers and saying, okay, I think I really am ready to take this step, even though I didn't run a full process, even though I love what I'm doing and I love my team, and it's really hard to imagine leaving them. So it's little, that would be the difference, is I think I agonized so much because I wasn't ready, and I had to do a lot of sort of soul searching to really feel confident in my selection in ways I don't particularly like to do normally.
Right. Interesting.